Every single legitimate debt reduction system can be reduced to two simple steps. Anything else is somebody trying to sell you magical fairy dust. Here's the two simple steps to get out of debt. Number one, live below your means. Number two, apply the surplus money towards your debt. That's it. So notice that you must track your income and expenses in order to be able to accomplish number one and number two. Because you can't know if you're living below your means, beyond your means, or how much you reasonably have to apply towards debt unless you have a handle on that. And I'm going to link, of course, to the video that I did on how to track your income and expenses. So notice that these two steps are very simple, but they're not easy. You may also notice that this is a pattern in my videos. I like to simplify things, but then also explain to you guys why those things aren't easy. If they were easy, everybody would be doing it, and we wouldn't be overcomplicating it and having all those complications stand in our way of even trying to make an attempt, right? So that's what we're essentially doing. So here's the challenges you're going to face if you legitimately want to get out of debt and try to do these two things, right? So living below your means, what you need to do is either increase your income, lower your expenses, or both. And here's why that's difficult, right? Increasing your income is going to require more work on your part. It's going to require that you go into your boss's office and ask for a raise, or if you're self-employed, to put in more hours, or maybe find a side hustle. That's more work that you may not want to do. Lowering your expenses is also difficult, but for different reasons. You're used to living a certain way, which very likely is beyond your means. That's how you got in debt in the first place. And you don't want to change that. Change is hard. You know, you're used to buying the things that you buy, doing the things that you do, living your life in a certain way that you don't necessarily want to change. And change requires effort. Some of the most difficult effort you could possibly do, right? It leads to growth, and that's where the rewards are. So number two is avoiding the now I can buy that trap. And what happens is, even if you successfully do number one and have some surplus money, you need to be able to see that as a tool to get out of debt instead of as a means to buy those things that you're used to buying, right? And the challenge there lies also in change, because you need to change your perspective on what that money is. Notice that you must have some accountability here. This is what trips up a lot of people. You must put a system in place that's going to have accountability to yourself or possibly to others. And a good way to do that is you could do this with a friend. If a friend of yours is also trying to get out of debt, you become accountability partners for each other. There are also online groups or local groups that can be your support group, or your partners in this journey. Also, a coach, maybe a financial coach like me, is a tremendous source of accountability and a tremendous way to really get past the hump of these challenges of number one and number two. So you may have some questions on this, and I'd love to respond to those. So if you do, just put them in the comments or message me, and I'd love to shed any more light on this subject for you. Thanks.